Hello and welcome back to Sigh of the Abyss. Last time we decided we'd further investigate the deaths of the people from the countryside, but first it looks like we might explore our new accommodations. I think so, at least. When you pass through the gates, the shadows all around you reverberate for a brief moment. That must be the magical ward that guards the refrain from the eyes of the populace. Your stomach twists when your eyes fall upon the sunbursts engraved in the foyer. A sudden, uncomfortable feeling in your chest makes you tense like a bowstring. Why? What is causing this? You avert your eyes from the blooming suns on the wall and reach your room. The tissanes Mirane made are still there, amber-colored and cold. You lock the door and take a moment to soak it all in. You find the space comforting or you find the space unsettling. Can we decide what it is with this? I guess the picture back here with the skull is not necessarily comforting, depending on your tastes. I thought we'd be able to first look around downstairs a bit, get some dinner maybe, but okay. The way it's described, it seems unsettling, but I want to find it comforting, so that's what I'm choosing. You're alone for the first time in a long time. Something slips away from you, the need to listen, to talk, to engage. In this little space, you're allowed to simply be. You take the small tinderbox on the desk and light the lone candle. Quiet is conducive to thought. You feel like an herbal drink, the candle's flame dances hypnotically. Browse the book selection on the desk. Let's look at the books. A leather-bound journal lies on top of the small pile. The pages rustle like leaves, and you wonder if they're meant for you. The other two volumes are a lean tome titled The Art of Poetry and a collection of tales from foreign countries. You open the letter to see Valerico Vanni's familiar name on the preface. This must be one of the works he has translated. Who is it? You receive no answer. A sealed envelope slides into the room from under the door. Open the door or take the letter. Let's take the letter. The wax seal of the letter glitters like stars in the sky and is stamped with an ornate M. When you turn the envelope, a message appears on the back. Dear Livera, as the sun sets, I long for company, hope for the impossible, and think of you. Yours, M. Quite forward, aren't we? Curious, you break the seal. Blue smoke clouds your vision and fills your nostrils with a sweet scent. You almost call the shadows to your aid when...
It worked. You are here.
How handy! Mirane rises from a sofa to meet you, wide-eyed and elated.
You have entered the halls.
Just like that? Okay. Easier than I thought it'd be. Veils flutter in the air between columns of white marble that seem to gleam just like the stars behind them. There are no candles lighting the space, yet you can see her clearly. No breeze caresses your cheek, yet the veils still dance.
Welcome to my quarters.
Thank you. In the distance on the horizon, a bright fire scorches the sky and tinges it with its hues. This place is beautiful, or what a strange place. Oh, sounds lovely. This place is beautiful.
Why, thank you.
She approaches one of the sofas, a brass marvel lined with plush velvet.
Take a seat.
When you do, your reflection greets you from a mirror right in front of you. It wasn't there a second ago, and neither was the beautiful comb lying next to you. You recognize it. It's the one Miranda bought at Malek's shop. She walks around the sofa. You still your breath once she is behind you. The mirror is your only way to look at her.
Why so tense?
You release the breath you were holding. The air carries her scent, intoxicating like that of a rare flower. With a smile, she raises the jeweled comb, making it gleam in the bright night of her quarters.
May I?
Oh, you may. Is it not meant for my hands and your hair? Also nice. Not. What is it that you want to do? Isn't that obvious? Sure, you may.
You may. Wonderful.
It's the first time someone has touched you so delicately. Miranda's fingers run through your hair, getting caught only at the ends. Her eyes are locked with your reflection, with your own.
There is no need to obfuscate what we say in here.
I can't imagine you speaking plainly or not an acknowledgement. Ooh. I don't know, I guess... I mean, I've mentioned this several times before, that everyone has their secrets, but it didn't feel like she was super hiding things from us. From Silas maybe, but not from us. So I'm just gonna nod. She lifts a lock of hair. The comb runs lightly through it, as if gliding.
While sequestered in here, I pored over my mentor's journals. I don't believe I ever told you much about him.
She didn't. You only know that he was among those that sacrificed themselves for you.
Fernando was his name, and he always told me that with my beauty, I could have made a fine successor to his legacy as Grand Advisor.
Or a beauty. That's what you need to be an advisor? Okay.
I chose the path of the scholar instead.
She is looking in the mirror, but her eyes focus past you, into her memories.
That created a rift between us, one we never mended. Nevertheless, our relationship remained cordial. Perhaps it's because of that distance that I never realized the depth of his madness.
I have yet to hear a single good thing about him, or how was he mad? Alright, so far it sounds kind of negative, or he does. But how was he mad?
He learned that on the precipice of death, drenched in his own blood, he could hear the voice of the abyss. His reckless pursuits didn't end sooner only because he wasn't alone in chasing them. He belonged to a coven, one he handed over to Sister Anne.
She hasn't come looking for me yet.
If what old Fernando wrote is correct, she won't. Not until you plunge into the abyss and emerge one with its purpose.
Her eyes lower.
Only when the false sun drowns in blood will the darkest hour come.
She observes your reaction in the mirror.
Does it sound familiar?
Tell her the truth, it does, or lie, it's my first time hearing of any of this. No, again, we're going to stay truthful.
When the abyss speaks to me in my dreams, it calls me the destroyer of the false sun.
Thus the bringer of the darkest hour.
Only when the false sun drowns in blood will the darkest hour come, she told you.
The false sun is the goddess. Of that I'm sure.
This is your first time seeing Miranda's resolve falter, once she is faced with what the future might hold: carnage, destruction, change. The will of the abyss shall be done, or I do not wish to oppose her. No, we don't necessarily need to answer to the abyss, but also how much of a relationship do we have to the goddess? Oh, do we really already need to decide here? I guess making enemies opposing anyone, least of all a goddess, is fun. And yeah, I don't want the Abyss to tell us what to do. I guess we followed it with the whole Anelia stuff, but then also focused on what Anelia wanted, not only the Abyss, so... I guess I'm not going the Abyss route. I do not wish to oppose her. Maybe let me do a quick save, just in case.
Not when she does so much good for...
Once again, your stomach twists. A sudden chill makes you grind your teeth. The feeling is gone just as suddenly as it overcame you.
I see.
What? Silence falls between you, and Miranda resumes combing your hair. Whenever she tilts her head, her earrings jingle like little bells. The comb gently wades through your hair, helped by her nimble fingers. You find it relaxing or you find it unsettling? Well, sounds relaxing.
It breaks my heart to disturb your peace, but I was hoping you could lend me your ear about something else.
Can we stay on topic first? Like, the only thing we've clarified here is that we both know about the full sun thing and what side I want to be on, and I'm still not sure if it's what you wanted to hear or not. Not that that's the sole deciding factor, but okay, sure, something else.
Of course.
The faint trace of a smile makes her lips curl.
According to the halls, magic must have a price. It is a rarity, a closely guarded secret. If magic were to be freely performed, the peasant would not work the land. The mage would do it for them. The mason would not carve marble. The mage would do it for them.
She puts the comb down to look at you through the mirror.
The halls do not want people to depend on them. They are to live their lives by their own merits, finding solace in the ladies, not in the succor magic could provide. What are your thoughts on that?
It's a terrible execution of a lofty ideal, or that makes sense. I don't know. Like, there have to be boundaries of some kind, of course, but... To restrict it that much, I don't know, seems too much, especially when we consider the state that the city is in right now. Like, mages could help a whole lot here. So... I'm gonna go with the first one. Terrible execution of a lofty ideal. Sorry.
The real tragedy is that I can't think of a better way to put such ideals into practice.
Fair.
I have long been pursuing knowledge for its own sake. What would it take for us to harness the Aether in service of the city?
A great upheaval. The destruction of the halls.
Enough blood to drown the entire city and the full sun with it.
An upheaval you could bring forth. But enough about gloom. Tonight I want to indulge in only the sweetest of possibilities.
You're changing topics left and right. Can we just stay on one for once in a while? No? She leans forward to collect the hair that spills over your chest. Pressed against you, you are enveloped by her scent, a perfume so intoxicating that you breathe in a mouthful more to have it linger on your tongue. Morane seems pleased with your reaction and collects your hair at the nape.
Beautiful.
Her eyes are locked with yours in the mirror. She twists the locks with care, forming a knot pinned in place by the comb.
Don't you think?
I like the open hair better, but... She reaches for your chin and guides your head to the left. It does look beautiful, thank you, or you're right, your reflection is second in beauty only to yourself. Sure, let's flirt a little. She looks surprised by your boldness, yet pleased nevertheless.
I was about to gift you the comb.
When she slides it away, your hair cascades back in place. Mirani's reflection sucks in her breath, then combs your locks one more time with her fingers.
I think I will keep it instead. You need a reason to come back and earn your gift.
How might one do that?
That, my dear, is for you to find out. Unfortunately, I must retire for the night.
You stand up and she takes your side, eager to clutch your hands in hers.
We shall meet like this again soon, my dearest friend.
Blue smoke envelops you. When you open your eyes, you're back at the refrain. The moon shines bright in the sky, and the cicada's song accompanies the night. Friend, sure. That night, the darkness of your dream splits to reveal the voice of the abyss. The light of the prodigal one taints the abyss, displeases it. May your darkest hour flood radiance with blood and bring forth the reckoning. Who is the prodigal one? Once you bring its name back to their lips, the prodigal one shall cower and be in awe of its truth. Okay, again, no real information there. Get a room, you. Spent your first night at the refrain. Yeah, I did get a room. Hello? Ha. Okay, so, I mean, the flirty bits with Miranda there I liked, but also the information was lacking. Like what, she wants to use us to, like, overturn the rules, or what is it? Not necessarily against it, if it helps her, if it helps the city. But I don't know, it's... I guess we're supposed to feel like it's kind of fishy. I don't know. Again, it's too little information to really decide on anything right now. The distant tolling of bells makes you stare awake. Beyond the window, the sky is about to lose its stars to the rising sun. You unlock the door with care, trying to make as little noise as you can. Instead of going out to a fountain or a well, the refrain has an indoor washroom, and you head there. It's at the end of the hallway. A drape flutters in the entrance, lit on the other side by the first light of morning. The tub is empty, and a small recess in the wall nestles a small handbell, the same as the one hidden by the painting in your room. Eager to refresh yourself, you ring it. Magic surges from the corners of the room and wave up bubbles in the tub where nothing previously was. This is magic of the halls, manipulation of the aether, and yet you saw the shadows deepen. Why? You beckon them forward and they coil around you, eager to serve, but unable to explain. Mirani might know something about it. You should ask her. With a hum, you touch the steaming water. It's the perfect temperature. Very handy. And yeah, coming back to that opinion of the halls, that if everyone just had magic, they would just use that and not do any manual work or whatever and leave everything to the mages. Like with this kind of handiness that everyone would want that. I get it to an extent, but again, you cannot just let the city live in poverty and whatnot if magic could at least partially fix it or help. Because I think they could, right? Refreshed, you head downstairs. The banquet hall is deserted, and you have yet to see a servant. You feel relieved, or you find it ominous. I mean, with not seeing anyone, that is kind of ominous. Who exactly drew your bath earlier? The sun has begun its race for the apex, and it drenches the bleached facade of the refrain with its light. The shadows quiver once you cross the gates and leave the magically warded area. Around you, the city is waking up. Waste is dumped in the canal. Bakeries open their doors to sell the still steaming bread that took all night to prepare, and the wells collect a crowd of their own. Nobody approaches you, but you do receive a few curious glances. Then the shadows coalesce into a human shape in the corner of your eye. Well met. Atri emerges from the darkness. Fresh blood stains her knuckles, and she wipes them on her ragged pants. Atri, what are you doing here? She raises her hood slightly to look above your shoulder. What does she see? The refrain or the illusion? I have a guess. I wanted to talk to you. That place. It was locking me out, but I can see through the ward now. It's the refrain, or you knew there was a ward? That doesn't surprise me that you knew it. Should we share? I think we can trust her, but is it our place to share? I don't know. Let's keep on the safe side. You knew there was a ward? Yes, it's similar to the one placed around the halls. For good reason. It's a guest house managed by them. Oh, so we're blurting it out anyway. Great. A guest house. I thought they exclusively dealt with prisons. I am free to leave whenever I want. But why do I want you in? Because somehow I can enter the halls, or lie, I have no idea. Why would I tell her? Again, it's not that I don't trust her, it's more that I don't want to spill what's not my secret. I don't want to tell people just about Marani, basically. Not lose her trust. Tricky. But yeah, I think if we can be honest with anyone, it's probably Atri, so I'm gonna risk it, because somehow I can enter the halls. An invitation came for me yesterday, and it spirited me inside. Interesting. I have never managed it. Is this what you wanted to talk to me about? She shakes her head. The Abyss spoke to us all tonight in its usual puzzling manner. She rests her back against the wall, hiding her blood-stained hands. For centuries I have decrypted its messages, but yesterday night it mentioned a name I had long forgotten. The Prodigal One. I have heard of that name only once before. Her jaw clenches. On the day of my first death. The details are hazy, but the Abyss praised my sacrifice and proclaimed Carolisi to be free from invaders, and it was the Prodigal One who brokered this peace. No mortal lives centuries. Are they another envoy? Possibly, one that has been skulking in the shadows for darkness knows how long. What did the Abyss tell you, or tell her what the Abyss wants from you? Both could be handy. I guess if we want some advice from her, we should tell her what the Abyss wants from us? Yeah, why not? The Abyss told me to drown the false sun in blood and bring forth the darkest hour, to leave the prodigal one in awe of its darkness. H.E., what is the darkest hour? I can only guess. Your descent, perhaps, the moment in which you will face the deepest darkness and become the embodiment of the Abyss will. The same Abyss that wants to see the streets turn red. I know that face. You see how the temples glorify light, how it's worshipped, and you are filled with doubt. Think about this. When the sun is at its prime, it scorches everything without mercy. What do the people seek, if not the solace of the shadows? The night belongs to the passionate lovers just as it belongs to the cunning murderer. She smiles. Her lips are not cracked anymore, and you see healthy skin resurfacing underneath her scars. The night is not concerned with silly heavens and hells. It welcomes all. She takes a step back into the shadows. Take care. Wait, before you go, how do you do that? How do you merge with the shadows? She extends her hand and touches the ivy crawling over the wall. When you wish to touch something, you do not ask for your arm to reach out, you do not beg your hand to inch its way towards it. You will it, and it happens. Trust yourself, and do not ask the shadows. Command them. Instead of bumping against the wall, she steps into it, and her form disappears. Then she taps your shoulder from behind. Like this. Are you traveling through the shadows, or how fast is it? Are you traveling through the shadows? It's easier at night when everything is bathed in darkness. During the day, you might find your path interrupted. Be mindful of the limitations. You cannot cross solid matter. You will appear from nothingness and possibly scare people. We must always remain hidden. Can others come with me? Only if the shadows welcome them. Alfian could accompany you, but not your friends. Try it. She seems confident you will make it. The shadow you cast on the wall waves to you. You're not at it. You have no questions for it, no demands. You will return to it. The shadows will welcome you. You take a step forward and your body ceases to exist. You cannot see, for you have no eyes anymore, yet you know exactly where you are. You crawl up the wall, slide through the tiles on the roof. Who needs walking? Learn how to move through the shadows is the achievement. You crawl up the wall, slide through the tiles on the roof, slow and awkward. The shadows aid you, growing deeper and darker to attract your attention. You inch your way back to the ground until you reach a lit spot, and the shadows are forced to push you out. You are out of breath. Dark spots cloud your vision, but H.E.'s hand on your shoulder brings you back. The more you practice, the less it will take from you. Take care. You blink, and she is gone. You decide to return to the refrain. Already? Okay, but that was more helpful than anything else so far today. Should come in handy. Silas and Mirane are waiting for you outside the refrain's gates. Good morning. Mirane glances at you with complicity, for you both treasured your secret rendezvous the evening prior. So, how's the new place? It will take some getting used to. Mirane purses her lips at your political yet quite negative answer. We only one thing. Should we have been comfortable with all of them? Like only one thing we chose negative. Man. Silas clasps her hands together with gusto. So, shall we go? Where to? Our presence is required at the Temple of Dawn. Could we stop by the Hand of Piety on the way? Can't all those people stop dying for a moment? I have a trinket to buy. Silas' imitation is so uncannily true to the source it gives you whiplash. Excuse me? It dawns on you that you did not tell Morane about the peasant deaths that have been occurring in the city. I mean, she kinda saw it the other day, didn't she? Silas, she doesn't know yet. She could have asked. You tell Morane all you know, which is remarkably little. A large number of peasants from the lands of House Rizzo have died in similar circumstances. An illness, it seems. They will all die, squeezed for their sweat, prized like the donkey is for its work, not for its being. Yes, we've heard that before. Had you told me that, I would have not requested such an insensitive detour. Is that remorse I'm hearing? You glare at them both, nipping the vicious exchange in the bud. Let them squabble. They will eventually. People in rags form a line in the corner of the temple, probably for the soup served in the morning and before sunset. The poor are fed by the very full sun you are meant to drown in blood. Livera, you're earlier than I expected. My new place is closer to the temple. He doesn't need to know. How does the saying go? The early bird catches the worm. Did you manage to find someone who could help, or is that a problem? Let's get straight to it. Did you manage to find someone who could help? In one of the side streets that link Atris Rest to the western gates, there's an old surgery with a saw on the signpost. It appears closed, but my friend Lapo still receives patients every once in a while. Tell him I sent you. Silas, would you know where his surgery is? No, but there aren't many streets that go from the Rest to the western gates. We'll find it. Is there anything we need to know before visiting this acquaintance of yours? Brother Matthias' gaze roams the mural on the wall, the one that depicts the great feats of the goddess in her dawn aspect. The Lady of Dawn's greatest achievement was stealing the stars from the night so that they could shine upon us all and show us the way. You wait for the story to continue, but Brother Matthias simply smiles. Why not speak plainly, brother? Are you saying we might dirty our hands, or are you saying the end justifies the means? Are you saying the end justifies the means? He smiles again. We'll find Lapo and pick his brain. May the Lady of Dawn light your path and embolden your hearts. I don't know if I like that, but okay. The light stings your eyes once you step outside. Of all the surgeons in the city, we're going to one not currently practicing. Why? I have no idea. Maybe he's the only one Brother Mattia knows, or the others might not want to put their profession in jeopardy. That's a good point. Let's go with that one. I don't know what this Lapo expects us to do, but it might be dangerous, illegal, or both. Morane sighs. Lead the way. Yeah, I don't really like this. The market in the Rest is particularly busy in the morning. Small confections and wine are sold for breakfast, along with the usual assortment of brooms, buckets, and other household essentials. A tree statue towers over the crowd with a severe frown. You wonder how she feels, having a square to her name. You can't imagine her being pleased about it. The winding streets that leave the rest open up into small vegetable gardens or animal pens. There. Mirane points at a hanging sign carved to resemble a saw, crossed with a pair of scissors. The windows of the surgery are obscured by curtains. A peculiar smell invades your nose once you walk closer, sickly sweet, like rotten blood. That priest keeps some interesting company. You knock on the door. Someone curses loudly, a chair scrapes along the floor, and a few moments later an eye appears in the peephole.
What?
Good morning, you're Lapo, I assume? Good morning, I was sent here by Brother Mattia. Open up, we have people to save. Or am I disturbing you? No, let's mention Brother Mattia. Good morning, I was sent here by Brother Mattia. The peephole closes suddenly. You hear the scraping of a metal hatch on the other side of the door and more colorful cursing. Is he a surgeon or a sailor? After several moments, the door cracks open.
Come in, I don't have all day.
You exchange a look with the others and walk inside. An array of tools and vials and a bleached skull are strewn over the shelves on the wall, next to a drawing of a dissected body. The practice is sparsely furnished and surprisingly clean, given the smell. Well, you would hope it's clean as a surgery.
Mattia never mentioned the holes being involved.
Lapo is a stocky man with a strong nose and the first signs of aging around his eyes. His right arm... Oh, I see. I guess that might be why he's not practicing. The holes aren't involved. The holes aren't involved yet. I am.
Oh, you're one of those people that use semantics to make the lives of everybody else difficult and yours easier.
Semantics? I can assure you that Mirani will make things easier, not more difficult, or whisper to Silas what it means. We're gonna explain it later, Silas, okay? I think Lapo is a bit more important right now. I can assure you that Mirani will make things easier, not more difficult.
We'll see about that.
When he sits on the table, the knot tied at the end of his right sleeve falls limply onto his legs.
So, how much do you know about what's going on?
I am appalled at the lack of introductions, credentials, and reasons to trust you.
Lapo, surgeon.
He raises the stump concealed by his shirt.
Was a surgeon, before you ask.
A big grin appears on Silas' face. She likes him already, you suspect. I can't imagine you being friends with Brother Mattia.
Says the urchin who walked in with a miss from the halls. I thought you were here for a reason, not for idle chit-chat.
Cutting straight to the point, I see. Yeah, idle chit-chat is necessary to build rapport. On to the problem then. Or sorry. Do we say sorry? Onto the problem. Cutting straight to the point, I see, is fair, and I mean, we kinda do want that, so... Sure, sorry. His eyebrows bow in acknowledgement.
Let's try this again. What do you know about this malady that is killing peasants left and right?
Not much. They all live in the lands of House Rizzo or around there. When they reach the city, for one reason or another, they collapse. We have written enough funerary notices and consoled enough grieving relatives to know what the disease looks like. They cough or throw up blood, boil with fever, and sweat profusely right until they pass away.
Correct. Nobody has studied this new ailment yet or come up with a name for it, and I'll tell you why. Nobody cares enough.
What do you mean nobody cares?
The peasants are country bumpkins, little to no family here, and having a sick person in the house is plenty of work. You don't want to get out and find more.
Let us name it then.
Done. Death by blood.
Fine, or isn't that too long of a name? Whatever. Fine.
Now to the important question. What is the origin of the disease?
You're the surgeon, not me.
I can spew nonsense and have it sound reasonable, but the truth is, I won't know until I rummage a bit.
Rummage?
You and I both want to know what kills them. Get me a fresh corpse that died by blood, and I'll learn it soon enough.
A fresh corpse. Dissection. Oh, I wasn't quite sure if it's just underlined for emphasis or really for the glossary. Dissection. Medicine. Tears stain the paper of this letter. Last year we lost 53 to the disease that took your son. This year only 14. Some ask me how it's possible. How come they live when all those before them have died? I tell them it's because of a brave young man called Lucas. I tell them that without him we would have never known what to do. I tell them that I wish I could be half as brave as he was and face his father and... The letter stops abruptly. Okay then. Macabre yet reasonable given his line of work. Fair. Absolutely not, or what are you going to do with it? I mean, study it, of course. I mean, it sounds macabre, but he's right. We need to, study what it does to the body to understand it, right? That's the only lead we have right now, so I guess we'll see what we can do. Morani and Silas don't seem thrilled by the idea, but they do not disagree with you, at least for the moment.
The fresher, the better.
What happens after, you're done?
I'll return the body to Dusk so that her little priests can take care of it.
She sighs in relief. As soon as you're outside, Morani shakes her head. Of course. I hope you realize what you promised him you'd do. Find an affected peasant who just died, bring their corpse here without alerting the guards, and leave it in the singular, non-dominant hand of that surgeon. When you put it like that... How will you even find people dying in the streets? By roaming them. You don't expect your search to be fruitful, aimless as you are. The streets are empty while the sun is at its zenith, and the people gather around wells or in taverns. We need to find a better strategy for tomorrow, like going from outhouse to outhouse. That sounds disgusting. Smart, you mean? When someone doesn't feel great, where do you think they go? After hours of fruitless roaming, Silas and Morani bid you farewell by the guest house's gates, but it's too early to retire for the evening. So yeah, we do have a kind of starting point, but I guess it might take a bit. The cobblestones around the refrain, polished by thousands of feet, are almost slippery. You follow the shiny trail until a boisterous laugh catches your attention, followed by chirps. Was that? You let the sound guide you. After a sharp turn, you step into a small square with a well in the middle. Elphion is sitting on the well's lip, his lute forgotten on the ground. A band of children is gathered around him.
Which witch stitched up the snitch with the twitching riches itch?
But that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't have to. I'll try. Which itched? It's stitched up.
I'll say it again slowly. Which stitched up the snitch with the twitching ridge's itch?
It's too long.
How about this then? She sells seashells by the shore.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Almost.
She sells seashells by the seashore. The cells is hard. You're not sure what you were expecting, but practicing tongue twisters wasn't it. Same. His eyes meet yours and he smiles.
Look who's here.
Who is it?
A friend of mine. Are you the one that sells seashells by the seashore?
Play along, take a second to think about the tongue twister and recite it. Recite the tongue twister as fast as you can. Wave at them. Let me play along. I am. Unfortunately, the prettiest ones are already gone.
I believe the prettiest of them all is not for sale.
And which one is that? I like the ones with rainbows inside.
Alfion chuckles. Here's another easy one. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
You said it was easy.
It's easy for me.
How much wood would a woodchuck... would a woodchuck... No.
Alfion pats the seat next to him. Long time no see.
I could say the same. What are you doing here? He lowers his voice.
I was roped into watching these children by a rather distressed couple. They dumped them on the closest available adult, which happened to be me, and ran off doing the ladies know what.
How much wood would a woodchucker chuck?
It's woodchuck.
They giggle.
I'm afraid I'm duty-bound here until they come back.
I'll see you around then. How long will it take, or I can keep you company? I guess we have time, and we haven't spent that much time with him yet, so why not? Let's keep him some company.
You would?
It's wood, not wood.
I said would.
The bells that mark the quarters ring twice before the parents come back and thank Alfion profusely for his help. I didn't expect you to be so responsible.
Responsible? Me? Perish the thought.
He fishes his lute from the ground.
I just thought of something silly. Didn't I tell you that the parents were looking for the closest available adult?
He grins.
Those children have been around longer than you and I combined.
Ah, that's a thought. How long have you existed? Oh, that's not hard. I am but a fortnight old. I want to know about him, though. How long have you existed?
A little over 2 years.
His eyelashes paint long shadows across his cheeks.
You know, I almost envy them.
You envy who?
The children. You and I came into this world fully formed. Sometimes I wonder what it's like to be innocent and carefree like a child. Most people remember that time of their lives with fondness. We will never experience being small and afraid and being comforted by someone utterly devoted to us. Never.
Oh, do you miss it because you never experienced it? I can't say I feel the same, or sometimes I wonder about it too.
We haven't really wondered about it yet. Like, we could just sympathize with him, but yeah.
Do you miss it because you never experienced it?
We might look like mortals, but we are nothing like them. Childhood, parenthood, mortality. We will never experience any of those things.
He sighs. When you turn to look at him, he wears a strange expression on his face.
Say, are your shoes comfortable?
That came out of nowhere. They are. Why, or why do you want to know? Are we going somewhere? I guess they are. Why?
How about a small trip to the fields? I've always wanted to.
A smile blooms on his face.
Frolic! What do you think?
Frolic. I'm in. What about your loot? Not for me, or I don't think the farmers will be happy with stomping on their livelihood. Let's live a little.
I'm in.
He leans over, close enough that you could count his eyelashes.
You know just how to make me happy.
I could use the distraction.
Are those pesky souls floating around you being hard to please?
You have no idea. Or, well, maybe you do. You tell him about death by blood and the surgeon on your way to the Rose.
I had no idea it was happening. The Rose sees more sailors than farmhands, after all.
After leaving his loot at the tavern, you make your way to the western gates. A small path winds down the main street and leads to a walled flower field nestled at the foot of Carolisi's hill.
That's the cemetery. See any abandoned fields?
Abandoned?
Well, we don't want to ruin someone's hard work. I have been told fields have rest periods in between cycles, whatever that means. Let's look for a resting field, one that looks unkempt.
Good thinking. Small farms dot the gentle landscape, the sprawling hills of gold and green.
The green ones. They are at rest, I assume?
I have no idea. Oh, let's leave this maze of cobblestones behind to dive into nature.
His gait is giddy, and his jacket shimmers in the warm hues of the approaching sunset. You look like a crow to his peacock.
It feels like you want to say something.
I feel out of place, or it's nothing. No, let's share our worries.
Why? You're right where you want to be, aren't you? That's all that matters.
The cobblestones turn into a dirt road.
I just thought of something. When I came into this world, I was alone. I'm glad you are not.
Didn't Atri help you, or I wouldn't call Silas and Morani friends just yet. What? No. Disagree with that. Didn't Atri help you?
It took her a while to warm up to me.
Surely due to no fault of your own.
Ha! I wish I could say that. Tragically, I am aware of my many qualities and of my rare, yet unfortunate flaws.
That's something. Summer has its own smell, just like the country does, and as you walk, it's replaced by a foul stench.
Fertilizer?
Great.
I'm afraid so. And here I thought I was clever, picking a place with no cattle in sight. Ugh.
For how long have you been planning this trip?
Oh, this was a spontaneous thing. Granted, I have always wanted to visit the hinterlands sooner or later. Where are the lands of House Rizzo again?
A day away on foot.
He sighs in relief. A wagon overtakes your leisurely pace, overpowering the relentless serenade of the cicadas.
Tell me, can you sing?
I don't know.
He laughs.
Have you ever tried?
He then straightens his shoulders and vocalizes a scale, looking at you. Try to sing the scale or shake your head. Let's try it, why not?
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
When you do, it's several octaves higher. Alfian claps, delighted.
That sounded beautiful.
Are you already planning duets?
I'm not sure my usual repertoire would be appropriate. It's very...
He hesitates.
I can't help it, you see. I'm a people pleaser, and my usual audience does enjoy their raunchy ballads. This one, for example, I'll spare you the lyrics.
No, out with it, come on. He starts humming a tune.
I heard you sing this one.
The lyrics are poetic filth. You vaguely remember tangles of curls being mentioned and honey dripping from thighs.
And you remember it. It must have been a good performance.
Weeds and wildflowers spill out of the low, decrepit fence that marks the borders of a field.
This looks unkempt enough.
Lichens grow like splashes on the fence.
Are we sure we can't just walk in?
No, but if we get in trouble, I'll get us out of it. I'm good at that.
I believe that. He takes his time climbing over the fence. When he raises his leg, the strings pulled across the slits in his pants sink into his tan skin, drawing pretty shadows on it. Your eyes fall on the shapely curve of his thighs before you force yourself to look away.
Well?
It's your turn. The grass crunches under you, scorched by the sun. Jump over the gate, let him help you over the gate, or go under the fence. Help us. He offers you his hand.
I can help you.
You take his hand and climb the fence. Alfion's eyes glint and he nods towards the end of the field.
First one to the other side.
1.
2.
Start running. No, let's be fair. 3. You start running as soon as the word leaves your lips. The only worry you have at the moment, your silly race with him, fills you with delight. You dart across the tall, yellowed grass, disrupting the cicadas. Have you ever giggled like this before? The race has a clear winner. You. Without cheating. Alfion touches the fence some seconds after you and laughs.
And here I wanted to show off. Serves me right.
He laughs and leans over the fence.
Now, I wish there was a hill for us to roll down.
And injure ourselves.
He takes his jacket off and hangs it on the fence.
Soil our clothes, you mean? If something happens to that jacket, I'm out of commission for a few days.
You raise an eyebrow.
It takes a long time to dry.
Take off your cloak or keep your cloak on. Let's take it off. You follow his example and unclasp your long cloak.
Can I try it on? I've always wondered how I would look with a billowing cloak behind my back.
You chuckle and give it to him. It's so small on him that he needs to don it on his shoulder. Once he's happy with how it looks, he makes it move in the air.
Well, now I see why you wear it. It makes me feel dark and foreboding.
You chuckle.
Here, you try this.
He offers his jacket to you. Accept or refuse? Oh, come on, let's play along. Accept. It's too big. Your arms swim in the sleeves and your hands barely poke out. It smells like him. The scent is sweet and rich like wine, with just a hint of sweat.
It looks like green is your color. A lovely contrast with the rosiness of your cheeks.
What a poet. He chuckles again and takes off your cloak, folding it neatly and placing it on the fence. You add his jacket on top. Alfion looks at you and grins.
One lap around the field. Ready?
And so you run in the fields without a care in the world. When you trip, you roll and laugh, feeling the soil beneath your fingers and the grass grazing your cheeks. You must look quite disheveled, you think. You catch Alfion staring at you, and he bats his eyes and smiles, never quite close enough for you to touch him.
And here I thought we could tire ourselves running.
The cloudy sky flares up with warm hues as dusk approaches.
Silly me, wishing we were mortals.
Doesn't mean you can't have fun like this once in a while. You head back to Carolisi before it grows too late.
Thank you, by the way,
What for?
for entertaining my whims.
Didn't he arrange this little trip to distract you in the first place?
I had
Didn't see.
fun too.
Didn't seem like it. His eyes sparkle.
Now that makes it even better.
The city guards somehow let you in without a fuss. Elfion's eyes glow just a little as you pass them.
How angry do you think the innkeeper will be when he realizes his favorite minstrel is nowhere to be found?
Really? You want to ditch work?
Isn't he always in a foul mood?
That's just his face. He's actually a rather kind fellow.
He bows to you with all the pageantry of a consummate performer.
Let me know when I can entertain your whims for a change. I'll be happy to oblige.
And with that, he prances off to the tavern. Oh, that was pleasant. Somehow I expected there to be a twist, or maybe we would find a corpse in the field or something, which would help us, but you know. No, that was cute. Wrapped in silks or clad in rags, it matters not to the abyss. All mortals return to its embrace, be they venerable or unnamed, exalted in life or despised in death. All return? The false sun preaches an insidious lie. That of heavens, that of hells. Are you saying the abyss embraces all? I mean, cool. The city's bells ring the tune of a new day. Does the Lady of Dusk truly not judge mortals at the end of their life? If the souls of the departed return to the abyss, the worthy never reap their heavenly reward, and the wicked are never punished in the hells. But what does the prodigal one have to do with it? No idea. Silas and Morane are waiting for you outside the gates. Good morning. Ready for day 2 of our wild goose chase? Since we don't have anything planned, I'd like to visit the Stygian Seam. Carolisi is still waking up. The fragrant smell of bread makes Silas turn her face. No breakfast today, miss? The kitchens didn't have any leftovers I could easily bring with me. Ah. We can stop somewhere so you can eat or don't say anything. I mean, it said we had time basically, yeah, so let's eat somewhere. And that's why you're my favorite of the two. Morane rolls her eyes but follows her to a bakery. There's a small crowd eating outside, including a familiar face. Oh! Renza is as bejeweled as the time you saw her in La Marina. Her eyes are transfixed on Morane's belt. That's not good. Explain yourself. The goldsmith we met at La Marina, the one that stole the brooch we needed, that's her. The bespectacled woman? Morane grins and looks at the small group. She does have taste. And thus a staring contest of sorts begins. Morane's sharp eyes are on Renza, and the goldsmiths are dancing from earring to belt until she notices. She waves at your small group with an uncomfortable smile and stands up to leave. She would not steal from someone from the halls. She doesn't need to. Once she has seen a piece of jewelry she likes, she can replicate it. I'd like to see her try. You stand to the side with Morane while Silas buys some bread. Thanks for waiting. You continue to the Stygian Seam. Okay, now I'm wondering, would that exchange have been a little different if we had handled Renza differently before? Would she have made a fuss? If we just took the brooch by force, if that was even an option, like, realistically. The head seamstress waves merrily at your group from the doorstep. Was she waiting for you? Good morning, Miss Morane, Miss Livera, and Silas. Right, Aunt Miscellus, your order's ready. I didn't buy anything, did I? I did. You spot in the back Enelia's morning shawl. She is folding a long white dress. 2 sleeping gowns for Livera. Right, we were also supposed to get some, right? Morane, you shouldn't have. Enelia approaches you with a soft bundle in her arms. Here you are. The fabric that flows underneath your fingers is silky smooth. They must have cost a small fortune. Enelia, how have you been? The dark shawl really ages her. A bit better. Oh, yeah, that was the wrong question to ask, sorry. It's fine. You should do something fun every once in a while as a distraction. How long will you mourn your mother? Yeah, do you really ask that kind of question? No. Is it? Or can we do anything for you? Yeah, in between the should do something for fun, or can we do anything? Sure, let's offer. Can we do anything for you? I don't believe so. Are you free this evening? We could honor your mother with a small celebration. Where? At the Rose? It's not really the best place for that kind of thing. We can ask the minstrel to change his tunes for a minute. I could ask him. Enelia looks thrilled. I'd love to. Okay. After the quick detour, you spill back into the streets, aimless. Can we not ask anyone if someone's sick? When I said we should go from outhouse to outhouse, I was serious, by the way. Sellers. You can look for them on the way to Malek's shop, then. Ladies forgive you if you don't spend a fortune every day, huh? It takes all of Morane's restraint to ignore the barb. There are several outhouses on the way. One is being cleaned by some priests of the prime, easy to recognize in their orange stoles and working robes. Bring forth the darkest hour, drown the false sun in blood, says the abyss, even when it keeps the city clean and running, when it feeds the poor, when it buries its dead. That was a deep sigh. The abyss knows best, and you trust it, or I am conflicted. Let's just say, it is interesting that we could go the route of the abyss knows best and we're just following it blindly, and it would be interesting to see where that leads us, but I am conflicted. Aren't we all? Wise words, Morane, wise words. She looks at Silas. Safe for those of us without the curse of critical thinking. Can you go 5 minutes without insulting me? It was not an insult, merely an observation. You keep searching. Some of the squalid outhouses are occupied, others are too decrepit to close properly, and rancid fumes hang in the air nearby. Suddenly, the shadows pull at the edge of your vision. They will all die. The usual whisper feels distant, around the corner. You quicken your pace to chase it. Livera, where are you going? Squeezed for their sweat. When you think you have gained on the whisper, it pulls you farther. Priced like the donkey is. It's leading you somewhere in the shade of the old city walls left to crumble. For its work, not for its being. Something dark stains the cobblestones of a shaded alley. A young man is sitting on the ground with his back against the wall. He died, squeezed for his sweat, priced like the donkey is, for its work, not for its being. The young man's head lolls forward, stretching his neck into an uncomfortable position. Dried blood paints his chin and jaw brown. Kneel next to him or Silas. We're not letting her do all the dirty work. Kneel next to him. The blood is dripped on his rough shirt, staining it all over. Death took away his dignity in the stench that surrounds him. Unbreathing. Rigid. Dead. It's been some hours if he's so stiff. Silas whispers a quick prayer to Dusk before looking away. You two stay here. I'll call the surgeon. Okay, yeah, that sounds better than us physically bringing him a corpse. I thought that was the plan, but actually that does sound like a bad idea, just lugging a corpse across the city. Silas runs off with purpose, leaving you gathered around the corpse. Morani's glistening eyes are transfixed on the young man. Why is it that Silas can look death in the eye and not weep like I do? She must be used to it, or you did not weep for those that slew themselves for me. Oh. The first is true, I'm sure, but... Yeah, we did not see her cry then. It feels like a call-out, so I don't know how comfortable I am with that, but I want to see her reaction. You did not weep for those that slew themselves for me. They wanted to die. This poor one. Oh. She hides her face in her hands and fights back the tears. You wrap your arm around her shoulders and comfort her silently. Soft are the shadows that accompany mortals to the cradle and to the grave. Those around the young man, however, still bear the franticness of fear. He was alone, terrified, forgotten. I am here. Your own shadow stretches to caress the agitated darkness around the body. You are not forgotten. It takes several minutes before Silas arrives with a stretcher in her arms and Lapo in tow.
So young. He might have not tricked Dusk to live another day, but I bet the old hag welcomed him to the heavens with open arms.
He too seems unaffected by the tragedy in front of his eyes.
Silas, lay the stretcher down and come help me. We can't carry him like this. We need to make him lie down. And you, what's your name? Livera? Make sure nobody comes to look. It's going to sound unpleasant.
Oh, yeah.
And take the miss with you.
Lapo was courteous enough to warn you, but not to wait. He kneels by the young man's corpse and grabs his ankle. Oh, thank you for that sound effect. The sound of the surgeon breaking through the rigor mortis makes your skin crawl, and after a quick glance at the horrified Morani, you leave the alley. That poor young man, stripped of his dignity and tainted in our memories. I never understood the rite of the Last Supper until now. The Last Supper, a ceremony to welcome death with dignity and at one's own terms. The beloved of Dusk is given a bath and is dressed in their best clothes by her priests, who oversee one last feast for friends and family. At the end, when the last spoon is laid on the table, tears are shed and last goodbyes whispered. The beloved of Dusk is taken to a comfortable bed and given a tisane with a pungent smell. It's then that the Lady of Dusk descends from the heavens to hold their hand and return with them. Interesting. The noises continue as Lapo breaks the young man's legs to carry him more easily. A few passers-by quicken their pace, others look at you inquisitively. The surgeon is at work. That is enough to make them pray to Dusk and go their way.
Done.
When you look back into the alley, the young man's broken body is on the stretcher. Silas is staring at the ground, lost in thought.
We'll have to manage with 3 arms.
I can help you carry him, or don't say anything. I was wondering if we were able to help. Sure, I can help you carry him. Before he can protest, you take the handles at the back and slightly lift the stretcher. Lapo cocks an eyebrow, but doesn't comment. With Silas at the head of your grim procession, you head to his practice. Once the young man is on the table, Lapo looks at your group.
I wouldn't stay if I were you.
We weren't planning to.
Good. Come back tomorrow.
That makes sense. We don't need to see all the details. You are more than happy to leave the gruesome side behind. Before I retire for the night, I will send a letter to Emilia and cancel our dinner plans. Without waiting for an answer, she walks away at a brisk pace. She's even more shaken up than after seeing the warden. What about you? I had to help him break the lad's bones. I am not fine. Open your arms, pat her shoulder, or what usually helps. Huh. We haven't really yet established if she likes like physical comfort. Or wait, she did after the nightmare. Open your arms, or what usually helps? What usually helps? A visit to the temple and a prayer or two. Death is not the end. Wanna come? Agree, or I think I need some time alone. Let's spend some time with Silas. Why not? The Temple of Dusk is a magnificent building wrapped in rich, brooding drapes. The inside is quiet and somber, unlike the buzzing of dawn. I don't know any prayers. That's fine. Just talk with the Lady of Dusk and tell her what you think. Oh, abyss that springs softly from decay, tell me. That young man was alone when he died. Was he scared? Did you comfort him? Did he cry? Whose name did he call? A single shadow wraps around your wrist and nestles itself in your hand. You blink and it disappears. Okay, weird. You can't get the sound of the young man's leg breaking from your mind. No flight or fancy saves you from the image of his slumped body and the clumps of dried blood on his face. And the horror doesn't stop. Tomorrow, your blissful ignorance will shatter as Lapo shares with you what you learned after dissecting the body. Fantastic. Great things to look forward to. But okay. We're going to leave it here for now. Huh. Okay, so I would have hoped to get more information during our little rendezvous with Morane there. I don't know. I don't know yet. Again, I don't think the fact that she may want to kind of use us for her purposes is necessarily a bad thing. Like, games don't give you a possible love interest for them to be the villain, usually. Maybe his son's first. I don't know. But yeah, everything else had a bit of info, or just getting to know some characters like Alphion. Like that was interesting, really, that we saw that side of him, that he kind of wants to be normal. Yeah. Okay, so we are on our way to learn something about this whole death by blood thing. But yeah, that's it from me for today. As always, I'd appreciate if you let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye!